Hey, in this video, I'm going to break down a little bit of this old arrangement of Besame Mucho, and I'm not going to play much of it. That's in my last video, so check that out if you want to hear what this arrangement sounds like. And I'm going to be working in these two books, which are both by Riccardo Scivales, and this is his newest one. And this one's out of print. It's a great looking book. It's got good graphics and everything. But everything that's in this book is in the new book, plus a whole lot more. I mean, he's really almost tripled the amount of stuff. I'd say even more than that. So just looking at this Besame Mucho arrangement again, and it's right here. There's a picture of, who is that? Don McGrain. I looked him up, and I couldn't find anything about him. He does have one album out. I think he played the violin, actually. So we're going to take a look at this arrangement, and I just played it on my last video, so here's a link right here or there or someplace if you want to go back and actually hear the whole thing. And now I'm just going to go through it very slowly. And we're going to look for ways to kind of modernize it a little bit and put a little bit more Latin rhythm in it. So if we go... So instead right here of going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, we could do something like, see, I'm playing 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and putting all those things on the offbeat. Now when we get to the triplets, they have a kind of a rhythm of their own, so I don't think there's any need to do anything special here. You might, play twice here. Something like that. And, I'm just playing little snippets because, otherwise, copyright, no monetization, no money for Tony. It's okay. So a lot of times here, and I think these are really kind of good chord voicings. So, you just want to add a little Latin rhythm to them. Not too many people go up there to that 4 chord and back. But it is, I believe, in the original arrangement. And it's nice the way here on the G minor we have a B flat in the bass. Here, it's really a D7, right back to G minor. And then we've got, root position, a nice little walk up here. And then these things, we're just looking at the D minor chord going like that. It's a clever run for sure. Another little kind of walk up here. All right. And I like this little fill-in thing. And once again we have a D minor and then D minor in first inversion because the third is on the bottom. We could do B flat here if you wanted to instead of E7. And here's a nice jumping up to the higher register here. And what else we got? Yeah, here. Was the original song written, with all these thirds in the bass? Probably not, but, once it gets into the hands of a professional arranger, they're going to do stuff like this. So I think it's, you could use this, like I say, you could use this piece of sheet music to harmonize this song and just add some Latin rhythm to it. Okay, and speaking of Latin rhythm, the song I'm going to cover is in both books, so if you have the old one. In fact, this particular song, which is called Santo Domingo, is in the old book, but this kind of funky version that I'm playing right now with, I believe you call it tumbao bass, is only in the new book. I did actually, I think, print out the whole version. The old version is down in the description. The new version is pretty much the same, but he's got a section in here with, I think it's called tumbao bass, and it's really funky and it's really hard to learn and to play unless you're into that stuff. And we'll check that out in just a minute. All right, so, the song starts off with, no. 1, 2, da, da, da. All right, so let's just go right to the A section here. This is really cool. Let me do that right. Yeah, that's the B. Now the B section is like. Let me do it again. Let's go back to that A section. It really just shows how the Latin rhythm can be played with a very simple bass line. So the bass is just staying right on the beat. Now later on it goes kind of into a minor key and the bass starts playing a funkier line, and it's kind of hard to learn. And let's take a look over there at that. Reading this kind of rhythm, I mean, you can do 1 E and a 2 E and a, but I tend to just think in terms of ticks. I've got 16th notes here, so it's going da 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 da. So what I'm doing is, if it's a dotted eighth note, it gets 3 ticks. Da da da. The next one is really a dotted eighth note because it's an eighth note tied to a 16th note, so it gets 3 ticks also. Da, 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 da. And the next one looks like it's going to get how much? 2 ticks there, but then it's tied, so it's going to get 5 ticks. So da, 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 da. Counting in eighth notes is probably better. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 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 1, 2, and 3, 4. Okay? And then the right hand, 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3. Now, putting it together slowly, and I love the way Riccardo does this. He puts a little dotted line on the notes that hit together, so it helps. Now this reminds me so much of a song that's on an album I have by Joe Farrell, and I'm going to just put a little snippet of that in here and see if it'll sneak past the copyright people. And I'm sure it's on. I'll put a link to the song down there because I'm sure it's on YouTube somewhere. I got to confess, I haven't worked very far into this book, but just from scanning it, I can tell you there is so much good stuff in here. I don't think there's a better book out there about playing Latin music for any instrument, except maybe possibly percussion instruments. But this is the Bible, really, when it comes to playing Latin piano. And so if it's a style that you're interested in, definitely check it out. It's well worth the, I believe, $40 that I paid for it. So anyway, there it is. And I hope everybody has a great Happy New Year. And I'll see y'all again in January. Yeah, that's it. Take care, everyone.